Hello guys, football talks. Norwich 2, Southampton 1. This was Dean Smith's first game in charge, taking over Norwich, and the results were immediately clear to see. I think many people doubted him coming in and succeeding or even, showing any signs of progress, but that seems to be the absolute opposite. He has come in and gotten Norwich off to a winning start, and it was a fantastic victory for Norwich, which would do their chances so much good to do their chances of staying up in the Premier League so much good. Southampton took the lead through Che Adams after some fine work from Adam Armstrong. Adam Armstrong was signed in to replace at the beginning of this season, and he hasn't really scored so many goals, but he has been a player who has been putting in so many fantastic, work energetic displays. And he works so hard for the team and doesn't rest on his horse, and is always, trying to do his best for the team. And when you have players like this, even when they might not be contributing in front of goal, they're always going to still remain vital players for the team. And that's just how important it has been for them this season. And he set up Che Adams, who was able to get the goal and give Southampton the lead. Southampton has also done fantastic. As Southampton have also been fantastic this season, have done very well with Ralph Hasenhuttl choosing to doing a fantastic job in defense, and keeping making them much more compact and tight at the back with fantastic displays from players like Mohamed Salisu. And I think after Vestergaard left, there were doubts about how they were able to cope defensively, but they've been able to it seems like they've managed that very well, and have been doing even better than even when it seems to be doing even better than when Vestergaard was there. They've been fantastic this season defensive wise and have been very difficult to score against, and players like Tino Livramento as well as also have also been fantastic, coming in as one of the new signings this season. And they were able to get the lead, but Norwich, we are seeing a different Norwich, under the Dean Smith. And I think even when Daniel Farke was at Norwich in the last game there, they showed the sort of fighting spirit. Who knows, maybe if they had been allowed to stay on for a longer time, we might have seen Norwich playing more consistently and winning more consistently under Daniel Farke, but it didn't turn out that way, and he lost his job. And the same Dean Smith has continued off from where in fact Dean Smith Norwich, from where Daniel Farke left off. It was a fantastic game from Norwich, and they were able to get their own equalizer through a well worked goal from the right wing, in which Pukki headed home down into the near post and restored parity for Norwich. And much later on, as again, Grant Hanley scored again from a set piece to ensure that Norwich got the 3 points. And I'm sure Norwich fans will be so happy with this victory, and they deserve it. They've stuck with this team through thick and thin, and have shown their unconditional and undying support to this team no matter what has happened. And they'll be very happy and proud of this victory, and hoping that the team can play more consistently. I think Dean Smith is a fantastic manager. He may not have ended as well. It may not have ended too well for him at Aston Villa, but he still did a good job there, and I think he will also do a good job here. I think Norwich City's model is not really making big money signings. They still run the club with the model of trying to get money value for players, and bring them in, and they have their academy system of the academy policies of developing youth players and selling, and raising money for the club and things like that. And this has served them well in past years, and it's much more difficult now for them to for that model to work, because it's very difficult to get money value for players in this current transfer market, where player prices and prices are inflated, and player abilities are exaggerated, with respect to transfer fees. It's much more difficult, but I think they've still managed to pull off some good bargains, with players like, like with some players from the Bundesliga and the Greek League and things like that, and those other clubs. So they didn't do too badly in the transfer window, but they will need a manager who is on his toes to get the best out of this team, and I think the Smith can be that manager for them. So it was a fantastic win for the Canaries against the Saints, and they'll be looking to make it more consistent. We'd love to hear your comments in the comment section below. What do you feel about Southampton and Norwich chances this season of staying up in the league? What do you think are the problems Southampton and Norwich are facing this season? And what do you think are the solutions to these problems you think Southampton and Norwich are facing? Southampton have they might have they had to make some last minute transfers this season to try and deal with some of the players who they lost in the window. So what do you think are the problems Southampton are facing this season? What do you think are the solutions to these problems that you feel Southampton are facing? How far do you think they can go in the league this season under Rafason Hoto? And the same goes for Norwich as well. Do you think Dean Smith is the right man for the job? What do you think are the problems Norwich are facing this season? And what do you think are the solutions to the problems you feel Norwich are facing? And what do you feel? How far do you feel as well Norwich can go under Dean Smith? We'd love to hear your comments in the comment section below. And if you do enjoy this video, please don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to comment, and don't forget to share. And we look very forward to hearing from you again next game day. Goodbye and God bless.